Hello everyone, welcome back to our second part of this lesson, Law of Logarithms. In the previous video, we discovered the three properties of logarithms, and we mentioned when we deal with power together, we can break down the sum of the logs, and when we divide by powers, we can break down as the differences between two logs, and when we deal with power of the power, we can simply move the exponent to the front to change as a multiplication, the product of the two exponents. So in this video, we are going to discover something. We are going to use these properties to solve some problems. And I'm going to show you how do we use this. And when you get used to this, it's actually, it's really fun thing to just, play with numbers to see, what's the connection between the logs and exponents. Okay, so let's check the first question here. We have log 3 and we have 9 times 27 as a power part. As we mentioned, and instead of just multiply to get a big number, we can just simply break down as log 3 9 plus. Remember, when we multiply the two power, we can change it to the sum of this. So log 3 9, which is 3 2, what power is 9, is going to be 2. Log 3 to 27, 3 to what power is 227 is going to be 3, so we can just simply do the mental math to get the question. We don't even need to like using calculator to tell us what's 9 times 27. It's just, using the property of logs and figure out the answer. And for this one, we have a same base log 20, log 20. And if we just look at each individual logs, it seems it's just impossible to find the answer. Like 20 to a power is 10. It's like, it's a little bit weird to figure out the answer. Just not doable in mental math. However, since we multiply them, we can put them together as multiply the powers. So what becomes 10 times 40 is going to be 400. Now the question will become 20 to what power is 400? And some of you probably already figured out the answer, which is 2, because 20 to the second power is 20 times 20, which is 400. So you see, again, it's like a not doable answer, but we can still, finally just become this, mental math problem. And this one is log 6, and subtract the exponents. So we know we are going to use quotient property, which is 72 divided by 2. We combine these two by putting the power together. So this has become 72. Half of 72 is going to be 36. Now question is very straightforward. 6 to what power is 36? Which is 2. 6 to the second power is 2. Okay, so now we are going to do the last question. And this question is actually very interesting because I do remember some SAT problem do like this kind of problem. Like you play with, logs and figure out the relation to write a certain expression. Okay, so now let's check this one. So A is defined as log 3. B is log 2. Then which of the following correctly expresses the value of log 12 in terms of A and B? So when you see this question, it's kind of confusing. We have variables, we have logs, but do not forget, when you do not see any numbers in the little corner on the bottom, the base is 10. And we need to rewrite log 12 to connect it with AB, meaning to connect to log 3 and log 2. Seems like, very far away. How do I connect it? But remember, if you try to break down, to make the connection between 3 and 2, so try to set a bridge. So what I do here is try to think about the 12. We know 12 is 3 times 4, right? And also 4 is 2 squared. So now, as you can see, we have, we already changed it to the connection from 12 to 3 and 2. So we are going to write log 12 as log 3 times 4, which is log, this is a wrong part. I'm going to erase this. So it's going to be log 3 times 2 squared. Okay, now when we multiply the powers, we can break down log 3 plus log 2 squared. So some student might say, can I just say this is log 3, which is a. Log 2 squared, can I just write down b squared? Be careful this part. I'm going to use a different color. So remind you. So if this is log 2 squared, we can easily rewrite this part. We move little 2 in the front, so it becomes 2 times log 2. Remember, it's not b squared. It's 2 times log 2. Remember, 2 log 2 is b, so it's going to be 2 times b. So it's actually write this as a plus 2b. Again, it seems a little bit confusing by using this, but when you play with the number and get used to it, it will be, getting easier to do that. Before we close the answer, I just want to quickly remind you there's another feature. Right now, just because we have different ways to deal with logs, so sometimes people just do not use the formula too much, but I do want to remind you there's another formula for using log called change base formula. It's a little bit different from the property we mentioned before. This one just simply tell you if you have log bm, this is a base, this is a power, we can easily to rewrite it by using different base. I can easily change it to log a, but this time is power is on the top, power is the base is on the bottom. So this formula is called change base formula. Sometimes a good use for this is sometimes, for example, when you use a calculator, you do not have the feature to put any random base, then you can just easily to change it to log 10. So you can always just write it as log m, log b. Because log is like the base 10 is always on the calculator. So that's why it's actually very easy, just use a calculator to write this one. Sometimes just because we have all different features on the calculator, people tend not to use change base formula anymore. But just want to let you know, if you play with number, you can just simply replace any number for b and m. And if you type in the calculator by using this, you will find out they are equivalent. This is actually called change base formula. Okay, so that's all the features I want to share with you for the logs. If you do feel like there is a difficulties to understand this kind of problem, rewatch it, work on this question on your own, and then come back to check the video again. I think definitely after practice, after multiple times to practice, you will definitely master this topic. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video and study this topic with me. If you do have questions, you know where to find me, email me, anything. Thank you so much. See you soon, everyone.